This is Cannes, the dazzling luxury resort on the French Riviera. Once a year, Cannes takes on a special look and becomes the center of the motion picture world with its spectacular International Film Festival.
Since its founding over a half a century ago, the Cannes Film Festival has been where the world has looked to chart the progress of the seventh art. Each year, its lineup has acted as a soil sample for major trends in filmmaking. In the year 1960, major changes took place to the way movies were made and the way audiences and critics perceived them, and it all began at Cannes. From a technical angle, there's very little diversity. Great big cameras are mounted on dollies and tripods, and all motion feels deliberate and planned. Theatrical staging is preferred, the camera staying on one axis and maintaining a respectful distance from its subjects.
Have any of y'all seen my boy?
A few productions are still made in studios with their matte paintings and showy production design. There are just as many that ventured out into urban environments and the natural world to give their films a feeling of authenticity. The old ways of doing things were starting to prove an insufficient means of expression. One could look at these movies and almost hear the directors wondering if there were other ways to tell stories. Could cinema be more than a roller coaster ride filled with big international stars? Could the audience be asked to do more than sit back and watch?
Robert, you really missed something. Why didn't you come with us? I've seen a most beautiful fountain. Ow!
Go to bed.
On the dramatic side, a few subjects gripped scenarists. Warfare still rages in the background of many movies. The shadow of the Second World War still covers many aspects of modern life and storytelling.
And where was you in the Army?
Italy.
Yeah? I was in the 5th. 3rd Division. Red Beach, Salerno, Naples, a whole tour.
I went that way. 45th.
The question of whether the ends justified the means was on many minds, and the most satisfying way to answer it was to make the war not about hundreds of lives, but a few. Even during times of great strife, falling in love was often the most pressing matter. If true love waits on the other side of the battlefield, then won't any struggle have been worth it? Characters fight to find a place in a world they barely understand, and this means a spouse, a family, and a future situated comfortably in the present. Tomorrow could wait. In some works, the idea of the future is vaguely threatening. Older generations come to grips with death and dying, of passing the torch to young adults they don't yet trust.
Vy máte ale naivní představy o současném ďábelství. Hledáte rohy. Ale tomu už nevěří ani malé dítě.
Adolescence was feared as often as exalted.
La brutalité est le pire de tous, la tristesse.
And youth had to prove itself worthy of the legacy it was being handed. Those older characters that refuse to age gracefully pay a price. filmmakers were about to learn this lesson the hard way. A small handful of works were going to unseat classical filmmaking. Though initially viewed with suspicion or outright contempt, they would soon prove towering artistic successes that would dwarf the rest of the competition and pave the way for a new kind of cinema. The jury was faced with a choice that would come to have great significance for the future of the medium. They could choose to reward a traditional work and celebrate cinema's past successes in mastery of one kind of form, as they had the year before when they awarded the top honor to Black Orpheus, an old-school musical given a new sensibility. Or, the jury could embrace a brand new movement toward modernism that explored the human condition in ways that no one had ever dared to in the mainstream. The jury's decision would send a message to artists all over the world. These are the values to be rewarded in works of cinematic art. This is what to aspire to.